Graham Slater for Kapow TV. We're at the AKF Karate Championships. Tell me about how the day's been going.
It's going sensational for Victoria, Graham. We've up to 15 gold medals already in first day of play, so looking fantastic.
Now, Bruce Highland is in the coaching side. Tell me about your role today.
I'm the head coach for Victoria for the kumite, which is the actual point fighting, the sparring. So, yeah, and national coaches coordinator too.
There's been a little bit of fighting between the states and people thinking that the Victorian team is big, it's a bit unfair advantage in this. What do you think about that?
I think we're powering ahead to Big V. That's what we are. Yeah, that's right. Well the done. V is here and the K is on its way.
That's what they say.
That's right. Yeah.
It's all rhymes. Oh, hope so, doesn't it? Yeah. So, tell me a little bit what happens now. So, the people who compete in this tournament are automatically going to the Oceania. Some are jumping to the World Games.
There's a tier system, and part of the tier system is actually can perform well here this particular weekend, and then they may get selected for the Oceania, which is on next month in Sydney. Fantastic. And what happens is that as long as they've got some sort of record from other competitions, like the Australian Open and other competitions beyond that from last year in 2011, they may have a chance to get a selection at the Oceanias next month, which will lead on to the World Games. Yeah. Now,
have you, in coaching in the lead up to this tournament, have you had any different techniques that you've applied and different strategies?
For the Victorian karate team, we've been on a program since March, and so we've been working on a lot of what we call technical competencies and tactical competencies, all the way through right to our final preparation, which was in March. Which was in July, and we had a couple of keynote speakers come down and motivate the team. So we've broken up into three stages. Both the kata and the kumite have both been doing the same thing.
Yeah, because I suppose there's a number of elements they're going to do from not so much an endurance thing, but more high impact. So what are the physical training that you get to get them to this level?
Well, phase one would have been strength and conditioning. So we were in the very first phase of our training at the beginning of the year. It would have been about preparation, physical preparation and technical preparation. And then the second stage, the second phase, would have been all about tactical, and would have been winding down a little bit so that by that time they're right into the competition that year.
Fantastic. Well, look, thanks, Bruce, for being on the show, and I'll let you get back to coaching.
Fantastic. Thanks, Graham.
I'm with Dion Panosian. He's in the World Council in refereeing. Tell me about your role here today.
Basically, here today managing the referees, allocating referees to each tatami. We try and have an even spread of referees from representing each state, so the decisions are fair and amicable.
So obviously sometimes there's a bit of bias in refereeing. We don't see that in the real sporting world, of course, in martial arts. But tell me about what the training is to become a referee in the Australian Karate Federation.
Referees need to go through extensive training. They need to be first qualified within their own state, and they go through different levels. Firstly, they need to attain a judge status, so that's basically sitting on the chair with a flag. And once they've attained that status, they then can go to a referee status, which means they walk around the mat, starting the match, awarding the points. Once they've attained a state referee qualification, then they can move on to the national, and then from there, Oceania, and then obviously the peak, the World Championships.
Dion, just for the viewers at home, you've got a red flag, a blue flag, and there's four corner judges, and you've got the referee moving around. So who controls that particular mat?
Basically, the referee controls the start and the stop and the start of the match, but he can only award the points or penalties if he has two flags that are thrown out by the judges. So for instance, if there's only one flag, then he lets the bout continue, but if there's two flags in favour of one side, then he must stop the bout and award whatever it may be.
Okay, so you've got the timekeepers there, they don't have a role, just keeping the time.
Correct.
And so the referee is pretty hard, he's got to catch it, he's right in the thick of it, things are working fast, so it takes a lot of experience and training to get that level, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And then we have a match area controller who oversees the whole match, so if the team of judges and referee make a decision that contravene the rules, and the match area controller stops the match and amends it.
So technically, what are the viewers looking for when a competitor's in there? They're looking for the points, whether it be a reverse punch, front kick, roundhouse kick. So how do they collect the points?
They can collect the points. There's three levels of scoring. There's which has recently changed. There's the Yuko, which is for basically a punch to the body or to the face. There's a Wazari, which is 2 points, and that can be attained from a body kick. And there's the Ippon, which is 3 points, and that can be attained for a kick to the head or the opponent coming off balance and then scoring while they're on the floor.
Well, thanks for being on the show today, Dion. Let's give us the viewers a few tips on what to expect when watching and evaluating the matches coming up very shortly. So after a break, and back with more action at the Australian Karate Federation tournament. This is a national tournament. It is indeed, and the Oceania is coming up in September. Thank you. I'm with John Frazzetto from the AKF and also Victorian President. You wear a number of hats now. Tell me about what your role is today.
Well, today, my role, I've just finished coaching.
Yes.
We just scored a silver medal, so a bit disappointing, but it doesn't matter. It was a great effort, but my coach, my role's just finished today because I spent the whole day coaching yesterday. My other roles as the Treasurer of Australia is coordinating tournaments and making sure our Treasury's obviously got money to help our athletes to get overseas and to help on their journey, basically.
Yeah, you mentioned silver medal and weren't as happy as getting a gold medal. We look at the Olympics exactly the same and we always remember the gold medalists, but the silver medalists, and some of them, missing by 1/100th of a second or whatever it is. And I think we should get our heads around respecting the gold, the silver, the bronze, and maybe fourth place. I mean, just to get into the World Championships. And that's what the guys are doing here. This is a national championships, and the guys are trying to get into. They may have another opportunity at the Oceania to qualify for the World Championships.
That's what's going to happen now. This is going to go to Hawaii and Oceania. The thing about Oceania is whoever wins that actually goes into the World Games. Now you're going to have the top athletes in the world at this one venue. I think it's in Russia, and you get to compete against the best in the world.
Well, what's the World Championships if that's not the best in the world?
They're the best, but this is...
Oh, they're the best.
They're the best of the best, I think. It's just one of those... It's probably hard. I mean, you've got to remember, you get eliminated in the World Championships.
Yeah.
The World Cup's different. It's the top people in their areas, and they go into a pool and you have a round robin, and then you fight the best.
So you get to fight everybody?
Everybody. It's a round robin, and you get...
Okay.
That really gives you a chance to show how good you are, basically. Yeah. And the world stage is always an awesome stage. Yeah. This stage here in Victoria this year, this is the biggest national tournament in size ever in the history. Yeah. And I'm proud, because it's a Victorian event.
Yeah.
And we're the ones that are staging it. But I want it to develop even more. So that we've got more athletes and more competition.
Yeah, I heard that Victoria's got the biggest team.
Victorian team this year is the biggest ever. Nearly 200, 198 to be precise. Yeah. And they're all, awesome athletes. Yeah. The Australian team, probably 60% of it is Victorian. So to make the Victorian team is a big honour because they're so good. It is a hard state to get into. It took me a while to break into the team when I was competing. Yeah. But when you're there, it's awesome. And
so you went to school as well now, John, and you're bringing up the new generation of athletes.
Definitely part of the new generation. I've always been it comes from the kids. The kids are so important. And Australia now, we just come back from a World Championship, which I coached at. 7 athletes, 1 silver, 4 bronze. And it's the kids. So these are the future Olympians.
So when you're looking at a potential student, how do you mould them specifically? Or do you know when you look at them, the way that they're trained, that these guys are going to be medalists, these guys are going to be world champions?
You can tell, yeah. You can mould them. Obviously, you've got to guide them and you also got to be an example for them. Yeah. But they're champions already in there. They're already good at it. Yeah. It's just to lead them the right way and to make them understand that it's not easy to be a champion, to be a world champion, to be any champion. Yeah. You have to put the effort in. But we've got to keep their brains on the right track, obviously.
We do. And we wouldn't be biased when we're saying that martial arts gives a lot of these skills, these life skills, to help them meet any challenge, really.
Definitely. The karate has helped me in my business world. I'm a chartered accountant. I've got a big practice, and karate helps me through life. Yeah. It actually, I find it relaxing. Yeah. It actually, it's more centered. Yeah. Road rage doesn't exist because you just block everything out and just continue. I know it might be a lethal weapon, but that, you don't think about it.
Well, I suppose it's like a car. If we train to drive the car properly, in the wrong hands it can be dangerous. In the right hands, it's a method to commute from A to B.
Yeah, and we've got to be the perfect example to most people.
Well, what a lot of people don't know is the viewers who are coming in and watching that martial arts helps you gain that restraint, control, and focus that you wouldn't use those skills unless it's really a life and death situation.
And that's true. You can see with little kids that come in, they're so shy the first day at karate, at the end of the year, they're so confident, and karate gives you that. It builds their characters and helps them on in life. It doesn't matter whether they become champions; they become a champion within themselves if they can contain and get more confident and help the community, basically.
And that's a very good finish. Thanks, John. Thanks for being on the show, and we look forward to catching more of the AKF very shortly.
Awesome.
Cheers.
Thank
I'm with James Giuliano. He's a national champion in the Karate Federation. Tell me about your journey coming here today. What was the preparation like?
Yes, well, the preparation was is probably coming for the last 3 months now. Just putting everything together. You do all the hard work for the last couple of years. Then it comes about 6 months, and then you break everything down, do the hard work, and then it comes up on the day, and you just have to let it go. And if you've done the hard work, you get
playing on that muscle memory to kick in.
Yes, definitely. Well, one thing that I've learned is you got to believe in yourself and trust in yourself that you're ready to go. And if you've done it, then you'll be right.
Well, there's a number of people who are competitors. Well, there's different things that go through your mind when you go on the mat. Is there anything that you try to focus on when you step on the mat and you want to be the winner?
Yep. My goal is, when I'm out there, not to focus on too much, just to be in the moment. So I think if you start thinking while you're out on the mat, that's when you can find yourself in a bit of trouble. So again, I just go out there, let it rip, and feel like I'm on cloud 9.
Well, you know, I love kata myself, and just in practice, sometimes I step up, not in competitions so much these days, but stepping up on the mat, and I've called out to do a kata, and I actually forgot the first move. I don't even know the first movement. Until I get going, I don't know what the first move is. What's the second movement? Have you ever been like that?
I haven't, but I can say I've started one kata and I've finished in another kata, and I've been facing the wrong way. So
yeah, I did that in the grading too.
Yeah, it happens. It happens, but I think everyone will happen to at least once in their life.
Yeah. Well, you didn't win that match anyway, unless it was the judges didn't know what was going on.
I was looking the other way. I was ready to walk out. Yeah.
Oh, this disaster's happened. That's part of the journey in getting to be, to be national champion and so forth. So, when you're going through, are you thinking about individual movements, you've done all that in the preparation. It's just about saying, I'm switching on, I'm just going to do it. Is that where it is?
Yeah, that's where it is. It's about feeling the movement, not about thinking what's next and how long to go and how to do a specific movement. It's just about feeling the moment. If you can feel it, then you'll win whatever competition you're in.
Yeah, because it's not just about you feeling it, it's about the referees and judges feeling it. So when they look at you, they go, what's this guy doing? Is he dancing? Is he just playing around? Or is he, I believe there's an invisible person there that he's defending or attacking against. Is that where it's got to be?
That's definitely. And a lot of people, you'll be able to tell the difference. And that's when you can see if it's a 5-0 flag, then that's most likely the big difference is the feeling that you bring out onto the mat. Yeah. Definitely a big part there.
It's the finer detail, even if it's just a drop of the eye or distract focus, that's it, it breaks it, doesn't it?
Yeah, totally. And if you know, the kata is all about bunkai, the movements, what the actual movements are doing with a competitor, someone coming towards you and attacking you. Yeah. Now, if you can't show that you understand that meaning, then that will show forward to the referees.
Now, what have you got coming up today? Are you all done, or you got more to come?
All done today. I get to relax. I've got a hectic schedule coming up until November. I've got the World Championships. So straight away, I'll have a rest today, and I'll be here tomorrow supporting the rest of the team. Yeah. And then Monday back preparation for the Worlds.
Now, you're going to skip the Oceania? You don't need that?
I'll be there, definitely.
Or competing?
I'll be there competing. Yeah, it'll be good. I'll use that as a preparation up, as a lead-up competition to the Worlds.
The World is the ultimate goal for you at this stage?
Definitely. Oceania is a big competition, and always want to do well in it. So we'll be going there to win. That's for sure.
What's your favourite kata?
I would have to say Chatanyada Kusanku.
And in your presentations in competition, what three do you normally choose?
Well, my three main ones is Sumperimpe, Chatanyada Kusanku, and Anan.
Okay.
So yeah.
What did you perform today?
I performed another one called Unshu.
Oh, I remember seeing that with the jump and spin.
The
Love that.
360 jump, yeah. Been working on that, so I'm glad it came out today. And I did Anan and Chatanyada, so it was good to get out there.
And what position did you reach?
I won.
Yeah. I'm just saying that because I already knew that. Yeah. Thanks for being on the show, James.
Thanks for having me.
Pleasure. And all the best for the future World Titles. Thank you. Cheers. We're still at the National Championships for the AKF, and I'm with Mark Golding. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Grant. Thank you.
Now, you're a winner of the Martial Arts Games. Tell me about how that was.
Well, fantastic. It was many years ago when I was competing. I had an opportunity to compete in the 1997 World Games, and coming off the back of the '96 World Championships, I was a silver medalist, and qualification, achieving a silver medal meant I gained automatic qualification for that championship, and then that was held in Finland, which comprised of the top 8 fighters of the world. We were using a round-robin format, and it was a great championship, and obviously contesting that event with the best fighters.
Yeah.
And,
so tell me about the round robin a bit. So that's you don't get eliminated; you just get to keep going.
Basically, what happens is they set up 2 pools of 4, and each of those players get to compete against each other in that group, and then it's an accumulation of points and as well as victories to determine the finalists from each pool.
Is there weight divisions in that, or is it open?
Yeah, that was a weight division. So they run it on the WKF weight categories, and then, as I said, the 2 pools, the winner from each pool contests the final. And I was fortunate enough to make the final. So yeah.
Fantastic. Now, in the preparation, there is a little bit harder than the World Martial Arts Championships.
It's just a different format, you
You go harder, is it more?
At the World Championships, it cuts to the chase straight away. It's the best 8 fighters in the world. Okay. So you're at the business end of the competition. Yeah. So you have to be,
just getting there is a challenge.
Yeah, most definitely. And then so you have to be on your game straight away.
That's a long time ago, and training has changed a lot in preparation and so forth. Would you do anything different if you had the skills and knowledge that you have now in going to those competitions? Would it have made any difference?
Oh, look,
well, you won anyway, didn't you?
Yeah, exactly. Hindsight's a wonderful thing, and making the transition now into coaching, and it's amazing the knowledge that you've acquired through the coaching, and what you probably didn't have as an athlete. And possibly, you do things differently. So. Yeah.
You're coaching here. What's your role in the AKF?
My role is we have a group of national coaches, yes. and I'm the chair of the national coaches. So just responsible for those people, and I report directly to the vice president, who then obviously is a member of the AKF executive. So our primary role is to put in place a national training development program with that for the national squad, yeah. And from that national squad we select. Athletes to represent Australia at various levels of international competitions, and so it's about a development program, a training program, and right through to the World Championships. So we've got ultimately our best exponents contesting the World Championships, and and in 2010 was a real highlight for the AKF because we had a young lady by the name of Kristina Mah become world champion. And that was the first time in 19 years that an Australian had stood on the podium.
Wow.
And we're excited about this year because we're going back to the World Championships, and for the first time in 19 years, we'll have a world champion with an opportunity to win successive titles.
Fantastic. Now, the journey getting there, it's all right, the skills and training and preparation, but the funds to get there. Do the athletes get any funding? Does the government support the athletes at this level?
Look, unfortunately, the funding situation is not as good as it should be.
I agree.
Yeah. So there's government support, and
that's limited though, isn't it?
And that's limited. Yeah. And
so they really have to fund themselves most of the way.
They really do. They
that's
fund
another
themselves.
Component of the challenge, isn't it?
It is, and that makes it even more difficult.
Rich parents is handy.
Say again.
Rich parents is pretty handy.
Look, that's just one of the challenges, and I suppose it goes with the competing at the highest level. Not only is there's work and sacrifice and preparation, but there's also a financial burden. Yeah. And
Connor Scaraballotti from New South Wales. Please go directly to ring number 1. Your event is about to begin. 21 years, over 60 kilos. That's under 21 years, over 60 kilos. Female commentators with a marshal in the area. Thank you. Just a reminder from the centre, on the way to Netball Centre, they're reminding us that for safety purposes, we need to make sure we're watching our children. They're not running around the top of the stands. As last year we had an incident where a child fell down. So please watch their children not to run around the top of the stands. That would be greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Kapow!